All right, welcome back. I know I cut this one short. I think I'll leave it here. Normally I would push it to be more realistic, but for the sake of the video and not taking 5 million years, I'm gonna move on to Prismacolor and then Crayola. The goal is to eventually have little practice sketches of each type of color pencil that I own, and then have this kind of crazy little, I don't know, still life layout on one page. So we'll move on to the Prismacolors. As far as how I feel right now about the Uni Mitsubishi pencils, I don't love them. I push them. They can be used. I don't think they layer very easily. Blending them was a little bit tough, and yeah, they're kind of a hard pencil without the color payoff that I feel like other pencils have. So far my verdict is I should use them, but I wouldn't recommend them to really anybody else, because they're expensive. The case feels novelty, you know, it's kind of cool to have your pencils like flow outward and you can see them all, but for the price tag and the pencil quality, I would say stay away from them. That's kind of how I feel. But yeah, now I'm going to use Prismacolors. I'm going to start with my lighter color. So again, sticking with the theme of different foods, I'm going to start with my light color first. It's going to be a donut, so it's going to be a little bit vibrant compared to other things. So I have that first layer down, and then I'm going to come in with a vibrant layer of pink to kind of bring that out a little bit. So the Prismacolor, they put down a lot of color, so you can layer these for quite a while. Whereas I don't, it's just, even on like I'm using a mixed media paper, it's got some tooth. It shouldn't be as hard to get the color as it was for me to get the color over here. I feel like Prismacolor, it's a lot softer, and I'm moving through coloring at a basic level a lot quicker. I'm sure you could push these and pull these a lot more to get the realism that you want, but I don't know, I'm not wanting to spend the time to do that, especially when I know that other colors and other pencils will get me to a similar result, if not better result, quicker. So far the Prismacolor, they lay down nicely. I'm gonna try and add some contrast here. My cats are going crazy. I have 3, so if you hear them in the background, we know what's going on. But yeah, so I can easily build color with these in a way that I feel like I couldn't with these. I just couldn't push them the way I would really want to. And that's okay. They're just not what I need at the moment. These just blend a lot like butter. So if you're really trying to get those smooth transitions, I think this is the better pencil for that. I think it's also very beginner friendly because of the way it moves on the paper. Yeah. This is a donut. I'm gonna keep working with it to get it to where I want it to be. I'm not going to worry too much about my whites. I usually use a gel pen or something of the sort to really make things pop. I just kind of want to show the contrast of like how easy it is to lay down color with the Prismacolors, because this is taking me way less time than just these simple things that I didn't even push that far. Circular motions help fill in those crevices and get it more burnished than if you just color it a different way. Yeah, so I'm just trying to add contrast with some purple. And I think I've done that. And then see if the white does come through, if I want to add highlights. I'm going to be honest, I haven't used Prismacolor that much either, which probably is not something you want to hear because I'm talking it up right now. But I do think that it has some good qualities. I think it is soft. I think it does move in a lot of a better way than what you want a lot of the time to happen. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. It basically, it works better than... This pencil was hard to use. It didn't have the pigment. So I got some white in there if I really want to make it pop. Usually you do this at the end, but I'm going to do it now. You can add white, gel pen to make it pop. And then I need to actually do the donut part. I start with kind of a yellow tone. And then I'm going to bring in a mid-tone. And then I'm going to bring in a darker tone. And then an even darker tone. For my donut. And then I'm going to come back in with the gel pen and do a little whoop-de-whoop. And then I gotta do the center. So same thing. And then I do a mid-tone. And then I do a darker tone. And then an even darker tone. Really get in there. All right. All right, so because this is just random stuff together, I have to add my shadows and try to blend it in properly. I'm just using black, which is kind of boring for shadows, but I used black and brown here. With this side with the Uni Mitsubishi pencils, and I kind of just want to kind of blend them together with the shadowing. As you can see, the black is just so much blacker. It just, I don't know, the black for the Mitsubishi is almost more of a gray. And so I feel like it doesn't pop as well. So maybe I do a little bit of that. Maybe I want a little outline. Do the same thing here. Let's add a little more contrast. And yeah, so that is or concludes the sketch for Prismacolors. I think that they're vibrant. I think that they're fun. I could probably layer a little bit more into it, even if I wanted to, because they go on so smooth. But I think I'm gonna leave it there. I might add later to these off camera to make them more realistic. But for now, I think that's good. And now, last but not least, we are going to use the Crayolas. The Crayolas are something I'm very familiar with. Most kids are. I'm gonna grab a couple greens and I'm gonna brown. That's not a good brown for what I want. I want this one. And what's the difference between these two? Oh, I don't know. All right, so now we're gonna do the Crayola. And I just chose a simple banana for the Crayolas. I like them, I use them a lot when I'm teaching students how to do artwork. I think they're fine most of the time. Are they on the level of these other two? Probably not. But yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna add some green. This banana is not gonna be super ripe. And then I'm gonna kind of fade that out. Add some green. I actually think I want, what do I have? I think I might. I have a different yellow in here, which would be good. And then this one. It's kind of green. Or maybe that one. So I have the 50 pack, which is like $6 on sale. Of Crayola. I just got these. I have used Crazy Art too, and they're fine. Not the best, but not the worst either. So these are just some banana peels. I'm not trying to be too crazy with them. So now I have that base layer done. I might add a little bit of darker here. See how they blend? They might not. But I'm gonna try my best. So far, so good. Crayola, they're fine. I don't know that they always blend as good as I want them to. So let's see if I can add some of this yellow. It's a darker yellow. I want more of this here. So far they're not blending super well. I think that's the one downside. Thankfully I'm using lighter colors, so it looks a little bit better, but like if I were using darker colors, it would not cooperate as well. Crayola. It's working. Maybe. I thought there was a lighter color, but I don't think there is. Does this white do anything? I remember the white not doing much. I don't think it's doing a whole lot. Not horrible. I really need the green to come out a little bit more. So maybe I'll add a darker green here. Try to add some darker area here. And here. Yeah, so not horrible. You can clearly make art with Crayola pencils if you want to. They don't layer as well as other pencils. I don't feel like I can really push them as far into realism as I would like, and I'm not gonna try either. But yeah, those are the bananas. I do want to add some shading on the banana somehow. Let's see. Let's do something like this. Just do this is nonsensical. It would be like out here or something. Just give them some depth. Okay, I don't know if that shadow really makes sense, but you know, this is a bunch of things put together. But, voila! So let me know which one you like the best. Do you like Crayola? Do you like Prisma? Or do you think the Uni Mitsubishi are, am I underappreciating them? Again, they made my hand hurt. They were harder to push into layering directions. Prismacolor was really easy to layer. I did that in like 2 seconds. And then Crayola took some work. But honestly, for $6, I think that it can be used for any beginner who's just wanting to practice. And that's kind of my thoughts about it. Would I buy the Mitsubishi pencils again? No, I would not. But now I do feel like I need to use them because I spent so much money on them. Try to use them up. So maybe if I do some sort of journaling challenge and I need to get through a lot of pages, maybe I'll use it for that. But I wouldn't go to those just because I like them. And yeah, thanks for watching.